Hello students, good afternoon. In the last class we have discussed about problems based on mean deviation. In this class we shall discuss about the remaining problems based on mean deviation and standard deviation and coefficient of variation. Okay, here the 10th problem is calculate mean deviation from median. Calculate mean deviation from median. Okay, here they are given marks with respect to number of students. Marks with respect to number of students. Okay, here marks are, they are given, that is more than 0, more than 10, more than 20, more than 30, more than 40. They are given open-ended class intervals. Okay, it should be converted into exclusive class interval. Okay, here more than 0 means we have to take 0 to 10. More than 10 means 10 to 20, more than 20 means 20 to 30, up to so on. The more than 70, the last is 70 to more than 70 to 80. Okay, here the width of the class interval should be 10 each. Okay, and they are given the number of students. Okay, here 0 to 10, number of students are 100, 10 to 20, 25, 87, 80, 68, 40, 20 and 10. Okay, these are not frequencies because here the number of students, okay, 195, 87, 80, okay, here all the values are increasing order. Increasing order means these are the MCF values, more than cumulative frequencies. Okay, here the frequencies are always increasing or decreasing order. Frequencies are always increasing or decreasing order. Okay, here they are given increasing order means these are MCF. Okay, LCF, less than cumulative frequencies, are always decreasing order. Increasing order, less than cumulative frequencies are always increasing order, then more than cumulative frequencies are always decreasing order. Okay, more than cumulative frequencies are always decreasing order, less than cumulative frequencies are always increasing order, and frequencies are increasing and decreasing order. Okay, here these are the MCF values, more than cumulative frequencies, because here the values are decreasing order, means it is the MCF values, more than cumulative frequency, MCF. Okay, it should be converted into LCF and frequency. Okay, here the LCF, the less than cumulative, how to convert MCF to LCF. Okay, here in LCF, see here the highest frequency is what? MCF is what? 100. Okay, 100 minus 95. 100 minus 95 is what? 5. 100 minus 95 is 5. The next, okay, highest minus third LCF, MCF, highest minus fourth MCF, highest minus fifth MCF. Okay, here 100 minus second MCF is 95. 100 minus 95 is 5. 100 minus 87 is 13. 100 minus third MCF is 13. 100 minus 80 is 20. 100 minus 68 is 32. 100 minus 40 is 60. 100 minus 40 is 60. Okay, 100 minus 20 is 80. 100 minus 10 is 90. Okay, here the last LCF is sum, that is 100. Highest MCF is 100. We have to put 100. The last LCF is always 100. Okay, 5, 13, 20, 32, 60, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, these are the LCF values. Okay, here, yes, got it. Here MCF, how to convert MCF to LCF? Okay, here the highest MCF is 100. 100 minus second MCF, 100 minus 95 is 5. Highest minus third MCF, that is 100 minus 87 is 13. 100 minus 80 is 20. 100 minus 68 is 32. 100 minus 40 is 60. 100 minus 20 is 80, 100 minus 10 is 90. Okay, the last LCF is always the highest MCF, that is you have to put same, that is 100. Okay, the next we want frequencies. How to convert LCF to frequencies? Here we want F values, frequencies. Okay, here how to convert second? Okay, here frequencies first term and LCF first term both are same. Frequency first term and LCF first term sir both are same. Okay, here put 5 as it is. Next, second LCF minus first LCF. Okay, 13 minus 5, 8. 13 minus 5 is 8. The next 20 minus 13 is 7. The next 32 minus 20 is 12. 60 minus 32 is 28. Sorry, 30. 60 minus 32 is 32. 60 minus 32 is 28. Next 80 minus 60 is 20, 90 minus 80 is 10, 100 minus 90 is 10. Okay, here the MCF last term and frequency last term both are same. The MCF last term and frequency the last term both are same. Okay, see here while calculating median, we want LCF. The frequency should be converted into LCF. Okay, calculate mean deviation from median. Okay, calculate mean deviation from median. Okay, here we want median value. Then how to calculate median? M equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into C. The next mean deviation about median equal to the sum of, here they are given frequencies, means we have to use continuous data, that is sum of F into mod of x minus m divided by capital N. Okay, mean deviation about median equal to sum of F into mod of x minus m divided by N. Okay, here we want x value. X is a class mid value. Okay, 0 to 10 class mid value is 5. The next 10 to 20 is 15. The next 20 to 30 is 25. 30 to 40 is 35. 40 to 50 is 45. 50 to 60 is 55. 65. And last one is 75. Okay. The next we want median class. What is L? L is the lower limit of the median class. We want median class. Then how to calculate median class? Here the N by median class equal to the N by 2th observation. N by 2th observation lie in the class interval. Here capital N is what? That is 100. Sum is 100. The next here N by 2 is what? 100 by 2 worth observation lie in the CI, that is class interval. Okay, 100 by 2 is 50, that is 50th observation. 50th observation lie in the class interval is see, 50th observation lie in the class interval is, we have to refer LCF. 50th observation means, okay, here 33 to 60 belongs to 40 to 50. Our result is what? 50. 50 belongs to 40 to 50. See here 33 to 60. Our result is 50. 50 belongs to 40 to 50. It is the median class. Okay, here is 40 to 50. Okay, here median class is what? 40 to 50. Okay, here M equal to what? That is L is the lower limit of the median class. Lower limit is what? 40 plus N by 2 is 50. 100 minus 2, that is 50. CF, cumulative frequency of the preceding class. 60 is the cumulative LCF and preceding class is 32 divided by frequency of the frequency is 28 into width of the class interval is 10 each. Here 40 plus 50 minus 32 is 18. 18 divided by 28 is 0.64 into 10. Then we will get 6.42. 6.42. Then median equal to 40 plus 6.42 is 46.42 is the median value. Median equal to 46.42. The next we have to calculate mean deviation from median, that is sum of F into mod of x minus m divided by capital N. Okay, if you want mod of x minus m, the next one is F into mod of x minus m. The next F into mod of x minus m. Okay, here m is constant, that is 46.42. X values are 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. Okay, here 5 minus m value is 46.42. 5 minus 46.42. Okay, here mod is there na. Okay, ignore negative signs. It should be converted into positive. The next 15 minus 46.42. Okay, up to so on 75 minus 46.42. Okay, the next the f into mod of x minus m. F, okay, mod of x minus m value into f 5. Okay, 5 into this. Then we will get f into mod of x minus m. Okay, then we have to add all these values and substitute. Capital N is 100. Then we will get mean deviation from median. Okay, it is homework. Okay, you have to calculate. Okay, it is homework. Okay, the next problem. Calculate mean deviation from mode. Calculate mean deviation from mode for the data given below. For the data given below. Okay, here it is a solved problem. 15th problem, it is a solved problem. Okay, not exercise. Here calculate mean deviation from mode. Okay, here they are given x with respect to f values. Okay, x takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with respect to frequency is 18, 22, 35, 25, 20, 12 and 2. Calculate mean deviation from mode. Okay, here mean deviation from mode. Mode is denoted by z. Okay, is equal to sum of f into mod of x minus z divided by capital N. Okay, here the data are of type grouped data. It is a grouped data because here frequencies are given. In grouped, it is a discrete case. Okay, discrete. Okay, here class intervals are not given, only they are given x values. Okay, it is a discrete case. Then you have to apply mean deviation about mode equal to sum of f into mod of x minus z divided by capital N. Okay, here z is the mode value. Okay, here we have to find z value, that is mode value. Here the mode equal to that is mode, that is z equal to, here what is z? Here the highest frequency is what? 18, 22, 35, 25, 20, 12, 2. Okay, here highest frequency is 35. Okay, here the value of x corresponding to the mode value. The value of x corresponding to the mode value. Okay, here highest frequency is what? 35. The value of x, that is highest frequency. Here 35. Therefore, mode value is 2. Okay, here the highest, the value corresponding to the highest frequency. Here the value corresponding to the highest frequency. The value corresponding to the highest frequency is the mode value. Suppose it is 45 minutes, the mode value is 3. The value corresponding to the highest frequency is the mode value, that is x. The value of x corresponding to the modal value or mode class value. Okay, then the next point is here the z value got no. Then we have to find mod of x minus z. The next step is mod of x minus z. X is 0. Okay, here 0 minus 80, 0 minus 2. Mod of x minus z. 0 minus 2 is what? 2. 1 minus z value is 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1. The 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. Here these are the x minus z values. The next step is f into mod of x minus z. F into mod of x minus z. Here 18 to the 36. 22 1 ja 22, 35 0 ja 0, 25 1 ja 25, 22 ja 40, 12 3 ja 36, 2 4 ja 8. Then we want sum of f into mod of x, that is 36 plus 22 plus 25 plus 40 plus 36 plus 8. Then we will get 167 is the sum of f into mod of x minus m. Okay, 160, 36, 27, 36 plus 22 plus 25 plus 40 plus 36 plus 8. Oh, sorry, 167. It is sum of f into mod of x minus m is 167. Okay, then substitute the values. Okay, here capital N, here sum of f into mod of x minus, that is 167, and capital N, sum of the frequencies. Capital N is what? Here capital N equal to 18 plus 22 plus 35 plus 25 plus 20 plus 12 plus 2, then 134. Capital N is 134. Then substitute 134. 167 divided by 134. Then you will get 1.24 is the answer. 1.24. That is mean deviation from mode is 1.24. Okay, mean deviation about mode equal to 1.24. Here the next problem, that is solved problem 17th. Calculate mean deviation from mode. Here they are given class interval with respect to frequencies. Okay, here class intervals, that is 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 120. With respect to frequencies 16, 19, 41, 24 and 15. Okay, here you have to calculate mean deviation from mode equal to, okay, it is the data are of type group data. Then you have to apply mean deviation from mode equal to sum of f into mod of x minus z divided by capital N. Okay, if you want mode value, then how to calculate mode? Here mode value z equal to model class equal to okay, here highest frequency is what? 16, 19, 41, 24, 15. Highest frequency is 41. Therefore, it is the model class. Highest frequency is 60 to 80. Highest frequency 60 to 80. Okay, here the class corresponding to the highest frequency. Class corresponding to the highest frequency. Class corresponding to the highest frequency. Okay, highest frequency is 41. Therefore, the model class is 60 to 80 model class. It is a model class. Okay. The next, we want mod of x minus z. We want x value. X is a class mid value. Okay, 20 to 40. Okay, 20 to 40 mid value is what? 30. 40 to 60, 50, 70, 90, 110. Okay, next step is what? We have to find mod of x minus z. The next, f into mod of x minus z. Okay, x minus z equal to what? Okay, 60 to 80 is the model class. Okay, you want z value, then how to calculate z value? Z equal to L plus, apply formula, L plus f minus f1 by 2f minus f1 minus f2 into c. Okay, here L is the lower limit of the model class, that is 60 is the lower limit, that is L equal to 60. Okay, next f minus f1. Okay, here f is what? Frequency of the model class, 41. f1 is frequency of the succeeding class, that is 19 is f1 value, divided by 2f, 2 into 41 minus f1 value is, okay, frequency of the preceding class, that is 19, minus f2 is succeeding class, frequency of the succeeding class, that is 24, into width of the class interval is 20 each. Okay, here 60 plus here 41 minus 19, that is 22, 2 into 41 minus 19 minus 24, that is 45. Okay, here 45, it is 22 into 20. Here 22 divided by 45, then we will get 0.48 into 20, that is 9.77, plus 60 is 69.77. Here Z equal to what? 69.77. Z equal to 69.77. Okay, 41 to once again 1 2 into 41 minus 19 minus 24, then we will get 39. Sorry, it is 39. 22 divided by 39 is 0.56 into 20, then we will get 11.28. Okay, 11.28, 60 plus 11.28 is 71.28. It is answer is 71.28. 71.28. The next, substitute the values. Okay, see, we have to find x minus z. X value is 30 and z value is 71.28. Okay, 30 minus 71.28, then we will get minus 41.28. Convert into positive, that is 41.28. The next, x value is 50. 50 minus 71.28, that is minus 21.28, that is 21.28. The next, 70 minus 71.28 is 1.28, minus 1.28 means it is 1.28. The next, 90 minus 71.28 is 18.72. The next, 110 minus 71.28 is 38.72. 8.72. The next, f into this, okay, f 16 into 41.28 is 660.480. 660.48. The next, 19 into 21.28, 404.32. The next, 41 into 1.28 is 52.48. The next, 24 into 18.72 is 449.28. The next, 15 into 38.72 is 580.08. Then we want sum of f into mod of x minus m. Okay, here 660.48 plus 404.32 plus 52.48 plus 449.28 plus 580.08 is 2146.64. Then substitute the values. 2146.64 divided by capital N. Capital N is what? 16 plus 19 plus 41 plus 24 plus 15, that is 115. Here capital N is 115. Then substitute capital N value 115. Here 2146.64 divided by 115 is 18.66. Here 18.66 is the answer. 18.66 is the answer. It is calculation of mean deviation from mode. Okay, here the highest frequency is the model class. Here highest frequency is 141, therefore the model class is 60 to 80. Then you have to apply formula, that is sum of f into mod of x minus z divided by capital N. Okay, the next, L is the lower limit of the median class, model class. F is the frequency of the model class. F1 is frequency of the preceding of the model class. F2 is frequency of the succeeding of the model class. C is unit of the model class. Then substitute the values, then we will get 71.28. Then we have to find mod of x minus z value and f into mod of x minus z value. Okay, we have to add all these values, then we will get 2146.64, 2146.64. Then substitute the values, then we will get 18.66 is the answer. Okay. The next concept, that is standard deviation. Okay, it's complete your mean deviation part. Okay, the next one is standard deviation. Here, what is the standard deviation? Okay, it is the fourth measure of variation or a dispersion. Standard deviation. Okay, here in measures of central tendency, there are totally 4 types are there. One is range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, and the next one is standard deviation in absolute measures of dispersion. The relative, coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation, and coefficient of standard deviation. Okay, it is standard deviation SD. Okay. It is SD, standard deviation. Okay, here the concept of standard deviation was first used by Karl Pearson. Here the concept of standard deviation was first used by Karl Pearson. Karl Pearson in the year of 1893. Here the concept of standard deviation was first used by Karl Pearson. He is a developer. Okay, Karl Pearson. Okay, here the standard deviation is very important and most useful for variation or dispersion. It is the most important measure of dispersion. It is the most important method of dispersion or variation. Okay, here the name standard deviation. Standard means that is good, accurate, good. Okay, here the name indicates standard is the good. It is the very important method of measuring the variation. Okay, here then what is the standard deviation? What is standard deviation? Okay, here the definition. See, here the standard deviation is positive square root of the mean of the, it is the positive square root of, it is the positive square root of the mean of the, it is a positive square root of the mean of the, it is a positive square root of mean of given observations or of given values from their arithmetic mean. See, here it is the positive square root of the mean of the given observation. It is the positive square root of the mean of the given observations from their arithmetic mean is said to be a standard deviation. It is the positive square root. Okay, it takes only positive values. It is the positive square root of the mean of the given values, mean of the square deviations, mean of the square deviations of the given observation, mean of the square deviations, mean of square deviations, mean of square deviations, mean of square deviations, mean of square deviations of given values from their arithmetic mean. Okay, here in quartile deviation, mean deviation, okay, it may be mean, median or mode. Okay, here the standard deviation is mainly based upon arithmetic mean. It takes only x bar values, not median and mode. Okay, in mean deviation you are used mean, median and mode. Calculation of mean deviation from mean, median and mode. Here we are using only mean. Okay, it is the positive square root of the mean of square deviations, mean of the square deviation of given values from their arithmetic mean. See, here the standard deviation is denoted by sigma. It is denoted by sigma. Here sigma is a Greek letter. It is a Greek letter. Sigma is a Greek letter. Here sigma equal to, see here the positive square root means it is a square root. It is a positive square root of the, it is a positive square root of the mean of the square deviation. Okay, deviation is nothing but what? X minus x bar is a deviation. Okay, x minus x bar is a deviation. Mean of the square deviation means here sum of, mean means sum, that is mean of x minus x bar it whole square by n. okay, of the given values from their arithmetic mean. Of the given values means sum of the observations. That is sigma equal to under root of sum of x minus x squared whole square by n. It is the positive square root of the mean of the square deviation. Deviation is x minus x bar. Okay, square deviation is x minus x bar whole square of given values, means sum of the observation of given values from their arithmetic mean. You are using only arithmetic mean, not median and mode. It is said to be standard deviation, or the root mean square deviation from mean. Another definition, the root mean square deviation. The root mean square deviation. The root mean square deviation. The root mean square deviation from mean is called standard deviation. Okay, here the root mean square deviation from mean is called standard deviation. Another definition, the root mean square deviation. It is the root mean square deviation from mean. We are using mean, then it is said to be standard deviation. It is said to be standard deviation. It is denoted by sigma. That is, it is a Greek letter. Sigma is a Greek letter. Sigma equal to under root of sum of x minus x bar whole square divided by n. Okay, the next one more concept here. What is the variance? Okay, here the square of the standard deviation is said to be variance. Here variance definition. What is the variance? Here square of the standard deviation. Square of the standard deviation is called variance. Okay, here the square of the standard deviation is called variance. Okay, what is the denotation? It is denoted by sigma square. Here sigma is what? Standard deviation. Then square. Sigma square, the square of the standard deviation is said to be variance. Sigma is the standard deviation and sigma square is the variance. Okay, here the square of the standard deviation is said to be variance. Suppose if sigma equal to 2, sigma is 2, find variance, find its variance. Okay, here the standard deviation is 2, find its variance. Okay, what is variance? The square of the standard deviation, that is sigma square, that is 2 square, that is equal to 4. Okay, then what is the standard deviation? The square root of the variance is said to be standard deviation. See, find, okay, if sigma square is 4, then find standard deviation. Sigma equal to under root of 4. Under root of 4 is 2. Under root of 4 is 2. Here sigma equal to 2. The square root of the variance is said to be standard deviation. The square root of the variance is said to be standard deviation. Okay, here what is variance? The square of the standard deviation is said to be variance. Okay, here the standard deviation is denoted by sigma and variance is sigma square. Square of standard deviation is a variance. Okay, the next concept, that is calculation of standard deviation. The next one is calculation of standard deviation. Calculation of standard deviation. If you want formulas, then how to calculate standard deviation? Here, next, calculation of standard deviation. Calculation of standard deviation. Okay, here while calculating standard deviation, there are two cases are there. One is ungrouped case and the another one is grouped case. The first one is ungrouped case. Here case 1, ungrouped data. Okay, ungrouped data means if the frequencies are not given, if a class interval with respect to frequencies are not given. Okay, here only the number of observations are given, then you have to use ungrouped data. Okay, here in ungrouped data, here the total two methods are there, that is a direct method and a deviation method. The first one is a direct method. direct method. Okay, in direct method, here standard deviation is denoted by what? Sigma. Sigma equal to under root, it is the first square root of the, okay, under root of sum of x minus x bar it whole square by capital N, sorry, by small n. Here the sigma equal to under root of sum of x minus x bar whole square by n. See, what is standard deviation? It is the positive square root of the mean of the square deviation of the given values from their mean is said to be standard deviation. Okay, here sigma equal to under root of sum of x minus x bar whole square by small n. Okay, here small n indicates number of sum of number of observations. Capital N is sum of frequencies. Okay, or another formula, or sigma equal to under root of sum of x square by n minus sum of x by n it whole square. Okay, that is first one or second one. Okay, whatever. Okay, both the methods will get same answer. Okay, here sum of x minus x by whole square by small n, or sigma equal to under root of sum of x square by n minus sum of x by n it whole square. Okay, here both the methods will get same answer. Okay, it is a direct method. The next one is deviation method. Okay, deviation method means that is shortcut method. Deviation method, that is sigma equal to under root of sum of u square by small n minus sum of u by n it whole square. Sum of u by n it whole square, where u equal to x minus a, where u equal to x minus a. Here u is a deviation. U is equal to deviation and a is a assumed value. We have to choose any values from x. You have to take any values from x, that is a. A is a assumed value. Here u is a deviation, that is a deviation method. Sigma equal to sum of u square by n minus sum of u by n it whole square, where u equal to x minus a. Okay, the next one, case 2. Case 2, that is grouped data. Okay, in group data, again there are two types, two methods are there. One is discrete case and another one is continuous case. The first one is the discrete data. Discrete data. Okay, here in discrete data, the x with respect to frequencies are given. Okay, in this case they are given x with respect to frequencies. Okay, here the first direct method in discrete, that is direct method. Okay, direct method. See here in direct method, sigma equal to, here frequencies are given, then it is sum of f into mod of x minus x bar whole square by capital N. Here sigma equal to under root of sum of f into x minus x bar whole square by capital N. Okay, here we have to multiply f. Here capital N is sum of frequency because they are given frequencies. Then we have to take capital N. Or another formula, or sigma equal to under root of, here we have to multiply fx square by capital N minus sum of fx divided by capital N it whole square. Here sum of fx square by capital N minus sum of fx by capital N it whole square. Okay, here sum of fx square by capital N minus sum of fx by capital N whole square. Here we have to multiply frequencies. Okay, the next one, deviation method. Deviation method, that is sigma equal to under root of sum of fu square by capital N minus sum of fu by capital N it whole square. See here the deviation method formula, we have to multiply frequencies. Okay, sum of fu square by capital N minus sum of fu by capital N into whole square. It's a whole square. Okay, the next one, that is B, that is continuous data. Continuous data. Okay, here if the class interval with respect to frequencies are given, suppose if the class intervals are given, then you have to use continuous data. Okay, here that is direct method. Direct method, that is sigma equal to same formula you have to apply, same. Okay, sigma equal to under root of sum of f into f minus f into x minus x bar whole square by capital N, or sigma equal to under root of sum of fx square by capital N minus sum of fx by capital N it whole square. Okay, the next, the step deviation method. Okay, here you have to take step deviation method, that is step deviation method. Step deviation method. Here sigma equal to under root of sum of f u dash at whole square, u dash f u dash at whole square by capital N minus sum of f u dash by capital N it whole square into C. Here where C equal to u, where u equal to x minus a by c, where u equal to x minus a by c. Okay, here where u equal to only x minus a, where u equal to x minus a, because here the class intervals are not given, width of the class intervals are not given. Therefore, you have to take u equal to x minus a, there u equal to x minus a by c, x minus a by c, because c is the width of the class interval, because here they are given class intervals. Therefore, you have to take x minus a by c is the u value. Here the step deviation, that is sigma equal to under root of sum of u dash, confusion u square u dash square. Okay, here u dash square is nothing but that is step deviation. If the class intervals are given, then you have to use u dash square, that is sum of f u dash its whole square divided by f u dash square divided by capital N minus sum of f u dash by capital N whole square into say is the step deviation method. Okay, it is the calculation of standard deviation. It is the calculation of standard deviation. Okay, the next concept is properties of standard deviation. Properties of standard deviation. Okay, here the totally 4 properties are there. In arithmetic mean the total 3 properties are there. Here in standard deviation the totally 4 properties are there. The properties of standard deviation. Here the first property is for any set of values, for any set of values, the standard deviation is always greater than 0. For any set of values, the standard deviation is always greater than 0. Here the standard deviation is always greater than 0. Okay, here the standard deviation is always greater than 0 because it is the positive square root of the mean of the square deviation. It takes only positive values, it takes only positive values. Therefore, here for any set of values, the sigma is always greater than 0. Here the sigma value is always greater than 0. The next second it is independent of origin. It is independent of origin of the measurement of variable but not of scale. See here, it is independent of origin of the measurement of the variable but not of scale. Okay, here the scale is, okay, here the origin is independent but not to the scale. Okay, here it is independent of origin but not to the scale. Okay, here the origin is independent. Okay, for example, we are taking u equal to x minus a. Here u equal to x minus a is the assumed value. Okay, from x we have to choose any values. No, okay, no restriction. Okay, no restriction. You have to take any values you have to choose. Okay, therefore it is the independent. Origin is independent but not of the scale. Scale is not independent. Okay, here x values are not independent. It will be changes from one first value to second value, third value, fourth value. It will be changes. Here the origin is always independent, that is u equal to x minus a. Here a is the assumed value. You have to choose any values from x. That is the origin. Okay, here it is a independent, not dependent. It is independent but not to the scale. Okay, the next third one, it is the least of all root mean square deviation. It is the least of all the root mean square deviation. It is the least of all the root mean square deviation. See here, it is the least of all the root mean square deviation. Okay, here that is sum of x minus x bar it whole square is least. See here, the sum of x minus x bar whole square is always least. Okay, it is the least of all the root mean square deviation from mean. Okay, that is sum of x minus x bar whole square is least. Here the sum of x minus x bar whole square is always least. The value should be minimum. Okay, it is the third property. Fourth one, let a set of n1 values. Let a set of n1 values have mean x1 bar and standard deviation sigma 1. See here, let a set of n1 values have mean x1 bar and standard deviation sigma 2. Let another set of n2 values have mean x2 bar and standard deviation sigma 2. Then combined standard deviation of n1 plus n2 values put together is that is sigma c equal to under root of n1 into sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 into sigma 2 square plus d2 square divided by n1 plus n2. Here where d1 square equal to, that is d1 square equal to x1 bar minus x bar c it whole square, d2 square equal to x2 bar minus x bar c it whole square, and What is x bar c? X bar c is the combined arithmetic mean, that is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar by n1 plus n2. Here, what is the fourth property? Here, suppose if the two standard deviation and two observations are given, then you have to use a combined standard deviation formula, that is sigma c. Here c indicate combined, that is combined standard deviation, that is under root of n1 into sigma 1, that is let a set of n1 values have mean x1 bar and sigma 1. Let a set of n1 values have mean x1 bar and standard deviation is sigma 1, and let another set of x2, that is n2 values have mean x2 bar and standard deviation sigma 2, then the combined standard deviation is, that is sigma c equal to under root of n1 into sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 into sigma 2 square plus d2 square divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, here d1, d is a deviation, that is d1 square equal to x1 bar minus x bar c at whole square, d2 square equal to x2 bar minus x bar c at whole square. What is x bar c? Here x bar c is the combined arithmetic mean, that is x bar c equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. These are the four properties of standard deviation. It is very, very important. Okay, here the first property is what? For any set of values, sigma value is always greater than 0, that is standard deviation is always greater than 0. Second one, it is the independent of origin but not to the scale. Okay, here the origin is independent but not to the scale. The next third property is, it is the least of all root mean square deviation. It is the least of all root mean square deviation. Here sum of x minus x bar at whole square is always least. And fourth one is, suppose if the two observations, two sample means and two standard deviations are given, then we have to use sigma c equal to under root of n1 into sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 into sigma 2 square plus d2 square divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, these are the properties of standard deviation. It is very, very important. Write any two properties of standard deviation. It is a 2 marks question. Write any two properties of standard deviation. Okay, here you have to write any two. Okay, it may 1/4, 2/3 or 1/2, 3/4, whatever. Okay, you have to write any two properties of standard deviation. It is about properties of standard deviation. Okay, the next one is merits of standard deviation. The next one is merits and demerits of standard deviation. What are the merits of standard deviation and drawbacks of standard deviation? Okay, see one more thing. What is the coefficient of standard deviation? Okay, one more thing. What is the coefficient of standard deviation? Coefficient of standard deviation. Okay, here what is coefficient of standard deviation? The relative measure of measure of standard deviation. Standard deviation is called coefficient of standard deviation. See here, the relative measure of standard deviation is called coefficient of standard deviation. Okay, it is denoted by coefficient of standard deviation equal to, that is sigma by x bar. Coefficient of standard deviation equal to sigma by x bar. See, what is the coefficient? That is here it is the ratio of absolute measures of dispersion to an suitable average. It is the ratio of absolute measures of dispersion. Absolute measure is sigma, standard deviation is absolute measure. Okay, with a suitable average, that is suitable average is x bar. Okay, standard deviation takes only x bar value, that is sigma by x bar. That is the coefficient of standard deviation is sigma by x bar. Okay, the next, merits of standard deviation. Merits of standard deviation. Merits of standard deviation. Okay, here what are the merits of standard deviation? Okay, here the first merit is, it is based on all the values. It is based on all the values. It takes all the values. It is based on all the values. It is based on all the values. It takes all the values. Second, it is well defined by a mathematical formula. It is well defined by a mathematical formula. The next, third one, it is capable for further mathematical treatment. It can be used for further mathematical analysis. Okay, it can be capable for further mathematical treatment. These are the merits of standard deviation. The first one is what? It is based on all the values. Second one, it is well defined by a mathematical formula. Third one is, it is capable for further mathematical treatment. It can be used for further mathematical analysis. Okay, these are the merits of standard deviation. Okay, the next, drawbacks, demerits of SD. Here, what are the drawbacks? It is difficult to calculate. It is difficult to calculate. Here, the procedure, calculation procedure is very difficult compared to range quartile deviation. It is difficult to calculate. It is a drawback. Second one, it is affected by abnormal extreme values. It is affected by abnormal extreme values. It is affected by abnormal extreme values. Suppose the values are large, okay, it cannot be calculated. It cannot be easily calculated. If the values are large, then it cannot be easily calculated. It affected by abnormal extreme values. These are the demerits of standard deviation. Okay. Okay. Next class, we shall discuss about coefficient of variation, CV, coefficient of variation, and problems based on standard deviation. Okay. Thank you.